Here together.
Giving all the praise to the Most High, yeah. I know you don't condone some of the things that we do. We put ourselves in a situation where we're searching for you. Your line is always open, so I'm a place to call. If we not doing your commandments, you won't answer at all. Your mercy, your grace, every day priceless. To the wicked and sin, you're judging and righteous. I done had my baby step, little leave the cross. Always have my step when my back against the wall. I don't want to be the goat that's called to the left. We all are given choice, life or death. For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace.
Yes, I'm there in this bad situation. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. That's why I'm thankful. I would be keep to the commandments every chance. Have my mental feel like I was going backhand. You gave me grace to understand what you were saying. You ordered my steps wherever foot land. I can't, never say I can't. Perfect as you will, and all that you create. I thank you in advance, so my praise won't be late. Time to navigate to a different place. Still didn't catch me with my hands up raised. Out my mouth, the main thing I be saying.
For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace. The funny thing is, I shouldn't be living today when I'm alive. This is not a mirage, this has been modified. It may have been idolized. Trusting you all the time, my people been traumatized. We said it, we gonna rock. It's on our side. This is a homicide. If our enemies gonna try, only one is worthy to be praised, and that is a hallelujah. I'm so thankful, I'm conscious out of my flesh and keeping it a hostage with no option. All glory to the Father for making it possible. Running through this obstacle because the wicked is diabolical. For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace. For your mercy and your grace. We're singing and praising, singing and we're singing and praising, singing and we're singing hallelujah, we're saying hallelujah, hallelujah, we're saying hallelujah, praising, singing and we're singing and praising, singing and we're
Yeah, that's my song right here, man. Bump the Moshe.
yeah, like that. Thank Yahweh for eyes to see. I appreciate the love He gives to me. Let our voice be lifted. He truly deserves all praises. We gotta obey everything He says. Only His word will keep you fed. And if you should stumble and fall, just repent with all of your heart. Hey. All of your heart. All of your heart. Just repent with all of your heart. Sing it and we're singing and praise. Sing it and we're singing and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Praise. Sing it and we're singing and praise. Sing it and we're singing and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Open up your mouth and let your praise come out. We're gonna sing, we're gonna dance, we're gonna cry with a shout. See, I'm not a cop, so put your hands up. A chosen group of people, when we gather, we erupt. We the four-time Judah, the seed of Jacob. Inbred in the DNA, we can't make it. We're gonna dance like God, we bump the Moshe. Continue worship, uplift them all day. So put your right foot in and take your left foot out. When that Ruah hit the soul, you're gonna move without a doubt. Be worthy of a prayer, get on the floor and don't be a coward. Let your head rise, bloom up like a flower. We're gonna jump like hard, pray the Father up above. Let the spirit hit your bone, lift your voice like a dove. When we come together, that's nothing but love. Mr. Kai, when we get together, that's love. Praise, sing it every station and praise, sing it every station and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise, sing it every station and praise, sing it every station and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. I wake up with a song and a praise. Can I praise your holy name? Yahweh is his name. I'm a servant trying to host the throne. We can't approach me wrong, let alone approaching the throne. Set fire till the smoke be gone. Dancing like David because it won't be long. When the Father comes back, we singing worship songs. Yeah, this is what the true prophets wrote. Yeah, got him give him all his glory, hallelujah. I put my trust in my Father for my shoulders. War cry for all my barracudas. Israel, praise his holy name, what we moving up. They acting like they didn't get the window. This is all preparation for the 144. They all going down like it was Jericho. Every last one of us is Steve's last miracle. Praise, sing it every station and praise, sing it every station and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise, sing it every station and praise, sing it every station and hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. We're saying hallelujah. We're singing and we're praising him. We're singing and we're praising him. And we're saying hallelujah. And we're saying hallelujah. We're singing and we're praising him.
Yeah.
Dance like Daoud and bump the Moshe. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Back in this thing with my brother.
Hey, that's right, Ak. Shalom, shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye, shalom. That's right.
And to all those that are keeping the Feast of Trumpets tonight, happy feast day. I kept it a couple days ago. You know how, we still got different days and everything in Yasharal. We still trying to keep it in the Ruach of the season. Another thing. Blew that trumpet off, gathered with my brothers and sisters, and offered an offering, burnt the fire. It was beautiful. How you been doing, brother?
Man, I've been doing, man. Thank the Most High Yah that I'm still here.
Yes, sir.
And a recipient of his rachum and his chesed, his loving kindness and his compassion. To be honest, you know what I mean? We need there's so many mistakes, man, we can make in life, bad decisions. I myself can attest, that's why I'm saying it.
We all been there.
Yeah, man, and just, taking it as a learning, when you take it and you can learn instead of staying down there and trying to justify a mishap or a mistake or a fault that you done, it's not good, nor is you gonna be edified in that right there. The Most High says that He resists the proud, but He gives favor to the humble. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, it's good to know that, man. And I thank the Most High Yah for that. I thank the Most High Yah in His foresight and knowledge, providing means for us for if we did stumble or fall, how we can dust ourselves up and dust ourselves off and get back up and continue and keep going and endure. It's like when you in a contest, when you fighting, and you fighting, boom, 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 you gonna get you might even get slammed, knocked down, bam. You gotta get back up and keep fighting, man. And eventually, if you stay fighting, you're gonna be the victor in that thing. You know what I mean?
Especially if it's one of them real kind of fights. You can't just ain't no laying down. If you able to move, you better move. You better do something. You better not to be knocked out, not to be unconscious. If you still conscious, do something.
And you can't. I was gonna say you can't run from it either, man. I remember coming up as a youngster, man. My mom, we ran home from a fight, man. I didn't want to fight. Mama whoop us and make us go back and fight.
Oh yeah. And not be about you running from that thing.
Right. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
But Hamashiach told your namesake, Brother K Peter told him, he said, man, when you fall, there were no questions about if you was gonna fall. So when you fall and you be fully converted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a chain of events in that thing.
Yeah.
You know, got to be fully converted. That's that repentance. That's that, you know, seeing the matter through, realizing you messed up, changing, you know, and not returning. When you become strong again,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we
Right.
can't be like a Christian and just think you know, that quick little I'm sorry is gonna do it. You need some time under your belt to kind of, you know, get your bearings, get all the way in there, and then you come back out stronger than ever. You know, and turn and lift your brother. You know, so all praises, man, that you know we able to do such things and to learn, because there are some that are of a reprobate mind, some that can't realize wrongdoing. You know, that just won't realize it, won't heed, won't turn, won't change, and know they need to. You know, that's why the Abba's just in all his punishments, because you know he won't have you be ignorant. Whether you do it or not, that's on you. You know, so Yehukanan tuned in. He said, "Shalom, Ox, Yahoo, Shalom."
Shalom. Shalom, Mark Yahukanan. Yahoo. Well, one nation, my brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight's topic is on fear, the idol of fear. You know, let's look up idol for the people one time. Let's go in there. I know they hear it. Everybody's not you know, Bible savvy. They be hearing stuff on TV or heard their pastor say it on one Sunday, and they don't really know. So let's help them out a little bit. Definition of an idol: an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship. Thou shalt. Hold on. Dictionary.com. I'm gonna go like a Webster's or something. Merriam-Webster. There we go. See what Webster talking about. Worship of a physical object as a god, immoderate attachment or devotion to something. There we go. Immoderate attachment or devotion to something. Adulation, defecation, hero worship, idolization, worshiping. I don't know if idol could be too strong a word for it, but it's up there man. I don't know if this is the right spot. Basically, what I'm speaking of is how a person could let a thing outweigh a reference to the Most High. You know, let it get in their way. Let it stop them from going forward. They observe that thing is more powerful than they believe the Most High to be powerful. So here on this podcast, we like to address idols. You know, idols of all sorts. You know, whether it be uh, um, different sins or perceptions of the mind, and you know, things of that nature. And a lot of our people's issues could be summed up in, like, you know, not trusting each other, You know, they don't want to go out on the limb to help nobody to try to do nothing different because they don't trust, you know, their brother or their sister. Uh, or a fear of being used or being mistreated and everything. But in all actuality, you being mistreated and misused by the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Mark. Mo Bogart. You know, and I just want to address how our forefathers uh dealt with fear. You know, uh, through trusting in the Most High, they just said, "Well, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen."
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have to know that they dealt with a lot of prophecies about their children and children's children. So it's like they felt as like, if these things gonna happen, then I'm not finna die today. You promised me this. You the Most High, you the Creator of the heavens and earth. Till this happen, I'm not dying yet. So you must be about to help me conquer my enemies. So I just want to go here real quick and go into the Bible app and do a search on fear and hit a couple of these scriptures, and we can expound on different ones. Now I will be coming back to read Jasher, the book of Jasher, chapter 34 through probably 36. This is in reference to the 12 sons and their battles against the Canaanites. And the war with the Canaanites started from Shechem when their sister Dinah got raped by one of the Shechemites. No, well, apparently the man name was Shechem, and also his city was called Shechem. So, you know, he proceeded to rape Dinah, and that set off a chain of events that turned into several wars that we will get into here shortly. This thing ain't this thing ain't going like how I wanted to. It ain't searching. Let me see something real quick. So yeah, you know, just want to use our forefathers as encouragement, you know, because the stories I heard them on audio, because lots of times, right, I have to work, so I pick certain books of the Bible, and I just uh tune in to YouTube and hit play on that thing and just ride for hours and play it for hours. So one day I put in Jasher and uh, all looking at faith, I'm looking for Phil. I'm gonna get it. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
okay. 680 results for Phil. Genesis 9 and 2, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. This is the Most High talking to Adam and Eve in Genesis 9, telling them about how you know, the fear of you shall be on the beasts of the earth and the fowl of the air and all that's on the earth and all that's in the sea. So not only should we not fear, but things are supposed to fear us. That's if we live in a way that's pleasing unto the Most High.
That's right.
Many of us have not. That's why we need to run from squirrels and pit bulls.
Not only that, I'm running from bugs, moths.
You're running from everything. Our ancestors had, you know, lions and bears running from them. Now we running from mosquitoes and flies and you know, bees and wasps.
Man,
A bee can be pretty deadly, but it ain't got nothing on no bear and no lion.
right. Or even a mouse, it runs from you and they running from it.
Right, yeah.
Everybody running, everything running from each other. Just scared.
That's the curse though. You shall flee when no one pursue it. Let's get up here. I know we got something to Deuteronomy about fear. See, behold, the Adonai Yahuwah had set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as the Adonai Yahuwah, Most High Yah. That's the most
right. As Yahweh Allah thy fathers have said unto thee, fear not, neither be discouraged. Told them not to fear.
So don't fear. This day will I begin to put dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole Shemaim, who shall hear report of thee and shall tremble and be in anguish because of thee. Look at this. Look at how a person that lives in a way pleasing unto the Most High is to be thought upon. They to be dreaded by their enemies. Don't touch them. That's one of them Hebrew boys. That's one of them Hebrew girls. And y'all said unto me, fear him not, for I will deliver him and all his people and his land into thy hand. And thou shalt do unto him as thou didst Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dealt in Heshbon. Them Canaanites, we didn't know a lot of these people are descendants of Canaan that they was fighting. Most High really wanted to get them Canaanites up out of the land. For a long time, all our wars was with them. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint, well as his heart. Basically, we don't want no scaredy cats with us, man.
That's right.
Not only should you not feel like, but it's really a thing like you need to get away if you should feel, because fear is contagious. That's what I get from this verse. This thing is contagious. Somebody over here shaking at the knees got the bubble guts. It can be contagious. Let's hit some of these other books. And they feared him as they feared Moses. All right. To the women, and now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. That's why she ain't got the feel. She's
Mm-hmm.
virtuous. If she was wicked, do you think she should feel at that point?
Mm-hmm. If she was wicked, she should fear. Absolutely.
Oh, oh, that's to my sisters there. Anyway, let's get into the story of our forefathers in this Joshua 34. You kind of get the basis that fear is not really meant to be a thing for our people or amongst our people unless it pertains to fearing Yah, the Most High. That's the only thing we're supposed to feel.
Mm-hmm. Which
Because
is a deep reverence.
a
Mm-hmm.
proper fear of him will cause him to make our enemies fear us. So if you scared, that means you off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be off somewhere. It ain't no way around it. So I said, look, if this is a war, we just read a script that said, uh, if you fearful, stay at home, lest you make your brother fearful as well. Then I don't know where you gonna go. Where you gonna go?
They gonna go back home.
I'm talking about now. In this
Oh,
spiritual war we got going on.
I know where they can go.
Well, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
You ain't gonna be in the kingdom. I know that. You got to get up out of here. You got the wrong garment on, player.
Right, right. What
Yeah.
is that? We need to pull that thing up. That's in the prophets or somewhere. That's about them cats hiding behind the tree eating that pork sandwich. When
Mm.
Hamashiach get back here, he gonna slay
I
all
see.
those in a foreign garment. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
many people don't know that the Shechem incident caused a lot of havoc, a lot of havoc. This is a more detailed account than you get in the 66. So let's check it out. Genesis chapter 34. And the number of all the males that were circumcised was 645 men and 246 children. But Chiddekim, son of Peret, the father of Hamor, had 6 brothers. No, and his 6 brothers would not listen unto Shechem and his father Hamor, and they would not be circumcised. For the proposal of the sons of Jacob was loathsome in their sight. And their anger was greatly roused at this, that the people of the city had not hearkened to them. And in the evening of the second day, they found 8 small children who had not been circumcised, for their mothers had concealed them for Shechem and his father Hamor and from the men of the city. And Shechem and his father Hamor sent to have them brought before them to be circumcised. When Chiddekim and his 6 brothers sprang at them with their swords and sought to slay them. And they sought to slay also Shechem and his father Hamor, and they sought to slay Dinah with them on account of this matter. And they said unto them, what is this thing that you have done? Are there no women amongst the daughters of your brethren, the Canaanites, that you wish to take unto yourselves daughters of the Hebrews? This is a distinction. We know the Canaanites are black. We know the Hebrews are black, but they don't want to cross over. Whom ye know not before, and will do this act which your fathers never commanded you. Do you imagine that you will succeed through this act which you have done? And what will you answer in this affair to your brethren, the Canaanites, who will come tomorrow and ask you concerning this thing? And if your act shall not appear just and good in their sight, what will you do for your lives, and me for our lives, in your not having hearkened to our voices? I think I need to get on down to the crux of this thing.
Well, go ahead and read. I'll go ahead and read the whole thing. Go ahead and read it.
All right, all right. What we at? 8?
Mhm.
Yeah. And if your act shall not appear just and good in their sight, what will you do for your lives, and me for our lives, in your not having hearkened to our voices? And if the inhabitants of the land and all your brethren, the children of Ham, shall hear of your act, saying, on account of a Hebrew woman did Shechem and Hamor his father, and all the inhabitants of their city, do that with which they had been unacquainted, and which their ancestors never commanded them, where then will you fly, or where conceal your shame all your days before your brethren, the inhabitants of the land of Canaan? Now, therefore, we cannot bear up against this thing which you have done, neither can we be burdened with this yoke upon us, which our ancestors did not command us. To all those that are unfamiliar with what's being said right here, when they raped Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, uh, um, they, in an effort to weaken them, told them that in order to marry their women, they had to be circumcised. Now, the Most High has a covenant with his people, and part of the covenant was the circumcision, the sign of the circumcision. Okay, there is one of the flesh, but there's also one of the ruach, of the spirit,
Mhm. Which is of the heart.
of the
Which is in the.
spiritual flesh
Mhm.
and the physical flesh, right? It won't do you no good to have a a circumcised penis and have an uncircumcised heart. You need them
Mhm.
both. But anyway, what
Mhm.
they're saying is that their ancestors did not command them to circumcise their children, right? But from Abraham
Mhm.
all the way to Jacob, their present day, they were commanded to circumcise. So what these men are trying to tell Shechem is that this ain't our heritage. This ain't what we do. We don't
Right.
circumcise.
This is strange.
This is strange.
Right. Right.
So, behold, tomorrow we will go and assemble all our brethren, the Canaanitish brethren, who dwell in the land, and we will all come and smite you and all those who trust in you, that there shall not be a remnant left from you or them. Notice why he keeps saying Canaanitish. Everybody likes to say all of Ham is cursed, but Egyptians come from Ham, and Egyptians
Mhm.
can be saved. You know, it's a lot of prophecies about Egypt coming into the fold. Ain't no prophecies about Canaan coming into the fold at all. I think Canaan's done. They got like a curse on top of a curse. That's why I keep saying Canaanitish, the descendants of Canaan, the one that uh, saw Noah's nakedness.
Mhm.
They
Well, we
all
have to realize. I was gonna say, you have to realize that the curse of Canaan was that they were gonna be a servant of servants. So they was gonna be served. They was gonna be a servant of servants. So the lowest form of a servant or a slave, Canaan. That's the lot given to Canaan.
if I'm not mistaken, other books spoke on Canaan's curse. I want to say in Joshua earlier on, I want to say each ancestor warned generation about the Canaanites and how it was a judgment coming on them, a punishment
Mhm.
coming. But I don't
Yeah,
know. We can,
yeah, but in Bereshit, man, the initial punishment, punishment and curse for Canaan was that he be a servant, curse be Canaan, maybe a servant of servants,
oh yeah,
yeah,
I agree with that. I agree with
right.
that. All right, 13. And when Hamor and his son Shechem and all the people of the city heard the words of Chiddekem and his brothers, they were terribly afraid of their lives at their words, and they repented of what they had done. And Shechem and his father Hamor answered their father Chiddekem and his brethren, and they said unto them, all the words which you spoke unto us are true. Now do not say nor imagine in your hearts that on account of the love of the Hebrews we did this thing, that our ancestors did not command us. See, now he's about to get into their true intentions. Because I want to say in uh in the a testament of Benjamin, I want to say one of them, it says how the angels told um
Yeah,
Levi,
told them the intent of what of what they was gonna do.
yeah,
Yeah,
here is a precept for that. They about to speak on it. But because we saw that it was not their intention and desire to accede to our wishes concerning their daughter, as to our taking her, except on this condition, so we hearkened to their voices and did this act which you saw, in order to obtain our desire from them. And when we shall have obtained our request from them, we will then return to them and do unto them that which you say unto us. We beseech you then to wait and tarry until our flesh shall be healed and we again become strong. And we will then go together against them and do unto them that which is in your hearts and in ours.
mm.
Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, heard all these words which Chiddekem and his brothers had spoken, and what Hamor and his son Shechem and the people of their city had answered them. And she hastened and sent one of her maidens that her father had sent to take care of her in the house of Shechem to Jacob her father and to her brethren, saying, thus did Chiddekem and his brothers advise concerning you, and thus did Hamor and Shechem and the people of the city answer them. And when Jacob heard these words, he was filled with wrath, with wrath, and he was indignant at them, and his anger was kindled against them. And Simeon and Levi swore and said, as Yah liveth, the Ala'i of the whole earth, the whole Shemaim, of the whole Arat, by this time tomorrow there shall not be a remnant left in the whole city, none that pisseth against the wall. And 20 young men had concealed themselves, who were not circumcised. And these young men fought against Simeon and Levi, and Simeon and Levi killed 18 of them. 2 fled from them and escaped to some lime pits that were in the city. And Simeon and Levi sought for them, but could not find them. And Simeon and Levi, see, they don't want you to know about this. Christianity don't want you to know about Hebrews killing people for raping their sister and wanting to do harm to them.
Nah, they want you to know. Oh, just forgive everybody, forgive your enemy, and bubble gum and cotton candy and baby Jesus and all this
Yeah,
old crazy stuff.
no, it be some funk behind this stuff, like they
Tell
say.
you.
And there
Yeah.
was a great consternation in the midst of the city, and the cry of the people of the city ascended to the Shemaim, and all the women and children cried aloud. And Simeon and Levi slew all the city. They left not a male remaining in the whole city. Just like Daoud, they didn't leave one that pisseth against the wall.
Right. Even baby boys. Got to
Even
go.
even babies.
Got to go.
This the part of the Bible they want you to think that was harsh.
Yeah,
No,
that's why the Old Testament done away with. That's why the Old Testament done away with according to them. Oh yeah, we got to make it be done away with. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
The Psalm, David talking about the vengeance on it. No, that Old Testament done away with. It's about the New Testament. That's what they talk about.
They don't know the apostles would have put hands on something too. They try to block that out. Act like Peter wasn't holding a sword and accurate with that thing. You
That's
gotta be
to chop the ear off.
ear off. Yeah. That was a ping.
Yeah, it was pain.
And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, at the edge of the sword. And they brought away Dinah from the house of Shechem, and they went from there. These are 2 of 12. Slew a whole city.
That's right.
People ain't playing. And the sons of Jacob went and returned and came upon the slain. They late. The other 10, well, 8 really, because at this time Jacob and Joseph and the youngest boy, Benjamin, they was too young to be out in the war. They stayed home. Went and returned, spoiled, and came upon the slain and spoiled all their property which was in the city and the field. And whilst they were taking the spoil, 300 men stood up and threw dust at them and struck them with stones. When Simeon turned to them, he slew them all with the edge of the sword. And Simeon turned before Levi and came into the city. He just knocked off a quick 300. Like stuff like that, man. People just
a quick 300.
Just a quick 300. He don't care about Sparta. And they took away their sheep and their oxen and their cattle, and also the remainder of the women and little ones. And they led all these away. And they opened a gate and went out and came unto their father Jacob with vigor. And when Jacob saw all that they had done to the city and saw the spoil that they took from them, Jacob was very angry at them. And Jacob said unto them, what is this that you have done to me? Behold, I obtained rest amongst the Canaanitish inhabitants of the land, and none of them meddled with me. And now you have done to make me obnoxious to the inhabitants of the land amongst the Canaanites. He was worried about a reproach being brought on his name, but they worried about another reproach. Now, about to find out here in a second, amongst the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I am but of a small number, and they will all assemble against me and slay me when they hear of your work with their brethren. And I and my household will be destroyed. And Simeon and Levi and all their brothers with them answered their father Jacob and said unto them, behold, we live in the land. And shall Shechem do this to our sister? Why art thou silent at all that Shechem has done? And shall he deal with our sister as with a harlot in the streets? We got to get this back, man. We got to get this feeling back of, like, they going to defile our sister? We be calling, each other, a Coty and Ak and sister and brother, man, but people had to pay behind these words. Said, man, shall they deal with our sister as a harlot? Killed a whole city and 300 more. Like, these boys ain't playing. And the number of women whom Simeon and Levi took captive from the city of Shechem, whom they did not slay, was 85, who had not known a man. They
Mhm.
took virgins up out of there. They didn't want the married ones with kids.
Nah,
And
they got so that mean the ones who was married got killed, got knocked out, but the virgins got saved. That's the reason why they got killed. Dana wasn't no harlot. Dana was a virgin, and he
right.
gonna take her and do that to her, and then nah, man, we can't have that. Nah.
They wasn't fearful about 300, fearful about, certain things. It was about the principle. That's what I want my brothers to get from these stories about. These brothers stood up for a principle. Now, a lot of funk happened behind this. We got a ways to go, but all kind of drama happened behind this. They didn't got away. They went and slew Shechem and slew 300 more. But you got to understand, the Canaanites is deep. They got a whole nation with them. And they about to gather to come against the brothers. But they don't care though. Jacob knew all this. Jacob cared. Jacob was like, man, y'all finna bring destruction upon the household. They mindset is, man, if we don't take care of this, we don't deserve to live. That's what we got to get back, man. That's what we got to get back. If we don't take care of business, we don't deserve to live. What's the point in living in fear and being
Right.
spit on and kicked?
Speak on it.
That's how our forefathers. That's what we reading. This is why we go back into these books, because the 66 is it's a wealth of knowledge to get out of those books, but it's been diluted to certain degrees in certain instances. You don't get this same mindset when you read Genesis about Shechem.
Right. That's true. That's true.
They're not going into detail like this. This is why we bring this stuff out. For those of you who aren't familiar.
Right. And they did that by design. They didn't want you to capture this like that in there. That wasn't their purpose.
Definitely not. Like, they just skip over the fact, like, the apostles wasn't about to put hands on Paul when they pulled up on him for the first time, and they heard he was preaching about Yahushua HaMashiach. Now, mind you, they had been running from him. Now they got the mind to pull up on him and see what he's talking about, because it was a principle behind pulling up. They ran for something else. But when it come time about bringing a reproach against a certain area, it's a time to die. It's a time to kill. Our ancestors knew this, man. Our people now, it's like, what will we die for? Shit. Excuse my language.
Oh man.
What will we die for?
We've been our people been so Europeanized, man. They've been so they done been assimilated to the white man's burden. That's what our people has been done to our people, man. Being civilized.
Civilized. What's wrong with you? Think you civilized. You civilized to a people that sleep with their daughters, sleep with their sons, don't wash their hands when they piss and boo-boo. Like, this is what you want to live up to? This is what they got going on behind closed. I'm not talking about all. But for the ones in power, this is what the ones in power, this is what they do. This is how they got their power. A lot of them. A lot of these senators and congressmen and presidents and CEOs and all this. This is what some of these people partake in. And these are the ones you want to impress and kiki and ha-ha with? Come on, man. Our forefathers, man, would probably talk about stoning some of us. Off the rip. Look, you think you gonna hug on Abraham. Abraham be like, man, look, go stand over there. I got something for you. Can't even greet you in shalom. You need a brick.
Oops upside your head. Wait, oops upside your head.
Look, and it said in the streets. It may as well say in these streets. You know these were black folks. Who talk like that? Deal with our sister as with a harlot in the streets. It was in these streets. Then you would have knew it was a brother. It would have been these right there. Deal with our sister's a harlot in these streets. What we at? We down here to 36. And amongst them was a young damsel of beautiful appearance and well favored. Out of 85 women, it was only one of them that was bad. You think they could have got 85 Hebrew women and only one of them was beautiful in appearance and well favored? I mean, now it's kind of hard. But we talking about before. We talking about before McDonald's. You know, was a young damsel of beautiful appearance and well favored, whose name was Bunah. And Simeon took her for a wife, and the number of the males which they took captives and did not slay was 47 men, and the rest they slew. I wonder about these men. I guess they always,
right,
take like servants, the slaves.
I was just about to say that. I was wondering if those men, they may have not been Canaanites. They may have been one of them Canaanite servants or something that they saved. I just had that thought before you even said that. It could be a possibility. I know it don't specify there, but like I said, that thought came across my mind, and you said it. You know what I mean? So hey, maybe that's probably why they got saved out of there, because they wasn't Canaanites. It was just servants of the Canaanites. Could be. I'm just saying, something to think about. Mm-hmm.
And all the young men and women that Simeon and Levi had taken captives from the city of Shechem were servants to the sons of Jacob and to their children after them until the day of their sons and Jacob going forth from the land of Egypt. See, this is how people came up. I think our problem is that the heathen then made us think we free and think we got something.
Man, I'll praise to the Most High Yah. Before we even got on this thing right here, I was thinking about that today in my prayer. I said, man, I'm tired of this. Is slavery still? And people think it ain't slavery because they able to work and get this and have this, and thinking that they're not in bondage still. That's the Ruach. I hear you. I'm listening, Father. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Man, I wonder, can I find this thing, man? I sent it to my brother. I'm finna pull that thing up. We finna watch this video.
That's good, man, because I sure was thinking about that earlier today. I thank the Most High Yah for that. That's confirmation. I'm like, this is, man.
There was a thing just like the Willie Lynch, man. Just like the Willie Lynch, a system that they set up, just like what we talking about. Hold on. Let's see, can I, I'm finna find this video, man. We're gonna have to take a little break because our people need to see this. This thing is real. What these people do, this thing is really, really real out here.
Bring it out, bring it out. Hallelujah to that Yah. Man, I promise I was on that.
Here we go.
Put that on my, go ahead. Get the volume on that thing.
I keep telling y'all, the physical shackles ain't on you, it's the mental shackles. And when they control you here, everything below comes with it. Pay close attention.
Hey, this is what Papa does. Y'all already know my nigga. Shame on the beat. I need y'all already motherfucking know what the hell. Hey, flex.
Excuse the language, all my sensitive ear people.
I'm about to run this video that's very, very, very important. And this video reminds me of a lot of, especially blacks, a lot of blacks, situations we in. And I want to show y'all just how we've been tricked, fooled, bamboozled, the whole 9 yards. Now, all I ask is that you pay close attention. You might learn something. Check this out.
Mr. Jones owned a cotton plantation and many slaves. One day he was talking to the owner of the plantation next to his, and Mr. Jones was lamenting the fact that times were tough. He was having to work his slaves harder than ever, and was having trouble with some of them being disobedient or trying to run away. The other plantation owner said he knew someone who could help.
Day 1.
One day, Mr. Jones called his slaves together so a man named Mr. Smith could talk to them. Before beginning, Mr. Smith whispered to Mr. Jones, "Whatever I say, do not contradict me or interfere, and I promise you your slave trouble will end." "My name is Mr. Smith," he said to the slaves, "and this may be the happiest day of your lives. From today forward, you will no longer be slaves, but free men." Mr. Jones was so shocked he started to step forward, but Mr. Smith gestured for him to remain silent. He did, only because the other plantation owner had spoken so highly of Mr. Smith's skills. "You are no longer the property of Mr. Jones," Mr. Smith continued. "You are free. No more would you be forced to labor for the benefit of Mr. Jones. Now you can work for yourselves." Now the slaves were all murmuring and looking at each other. Many were smiling, many were looking puzzled. "In fact, you are now free to leave the plantation whenever you want," Mr. Smith said. "However, since we are surrounded by other plantations, if you leave, some other plantation owner will likely claim you as his own the moment you set foot on his property. So I urge you not to risk your newfound freedom by doing something so foolish. Instead, I suggest that you stay here, no longer as slaves, but as willing participants and part owners of this plantation. Yes, this is now your plantation." Mr. Jones bit his tongue to keep from objecting. "For now, we might as well leave Mr. Jones in charge," said Mr. Smith, "since he is the only one with any experience in running a plantation, which is quite a complicated thing to manage. But he will no longer be your master, but just another worker on the plantation. In fact, he will now be using his organizational and management skills to serve you."
Now, you see how they twist that around, turn that around?
"Whatever problems you may have had with him before, you are now all equals, and you need each other to make this work. If we all cooperate and work together, we can all reap the benefits together. In honor of this happy occasion, I present you this new symbol of togetherness and cooperation, this flag, which shall be the emblem of the new free Jones plantation." He held up the new flag, but most of those listening were still too amazed to respond. "And this shall be our motto," Mr. Smith announced. "We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones plantation, which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all. To celebrate, everyone has the rest of the day off. Enjoy your freedom, do as you please, and be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, so that we may begin work on this great and noble new endeavor as equal free men." Finding Mr. Smith was serious, the former slaves applauded and cheered. The former slaves applauded and cheered. The former slaves applauded and cheered.
Day 2.
"We all want this plantation to do well," Mr. Smith said at the beginning of the next meeting, "so we can all share in the benefits. We all know that it takes a lot of effort to make a cotton plantation work. Just because you're all free doesn't mean you can stop working. In fact, since you're now working for yourselves, I expect you to work even harder than ever before, but down with pride and joy, knowing that you're working for yourselves."
Very important what you just said, and I had to chime in on this for 1 second. This is working people, working class people. Like I tell y'all, no matter how much money the government has, they still need people to build up America. But now they have AI. And I told y'all, once AI hit, it's going to take all your jobs. Once AI hit, they're going to be building up America for them. You will have no place in this society, period. It don't matter what color you are. So yeah, they'll give you a piece of the American pie. All that crap was just to groom you into being a worker. That's all it is. From college, school, everything. All this was all set up from day one. And it's very important what you just said. You are the modern day slave. You just don't have the shackles on physically. Like I say, pay close attention.
Of course, there still have to be rules. If everyone just does whatever he wants, the plantation won't produce anything. This experiment will fail and we'll all starve. You should be thankful that Mr. Jones has agreed to stay on, to lend his knowledge and skills to this endeavor, and I trust you will all do your own part to make this work. Several of you have been chosen to act as project supervisors, to manage different aspects of the operation, to make sure everyone is doing his assigned job, to make sure that the rules are followed, and so on.
Now, you see what he just said? This is what a light-skinned Negro gets the privilege. Because remember, the darker you are, the more hated you are. And that has to be seen physically. Pay close attention. These are the ones who right up under the so-called oppressor, the Jesse Jacksons and the so forth, all those A-kissing Negroes. You get what I'm saying? They're sitting on the master. These are those who they put out as watchdogs to watch over the rest of the plantation. Pay close attention.
The rest of you may head out to the fields to start your first day of work as free men.
Day 3.
The next morning, Mr. Smith had a grim expression on his face as the daily meeting began. I have an unpleasant duty to do today, he said. Yesterday, Charles was caught keeping some of the cotton he picked, presumably to sell for his own personal profit. That is against the rules. That is stealing. For that, Charles must be punished. 2 men tied Charles to the whipping post. I take no joy in this, Mr. Smith continued. But you must understand, if we do not maintain order, if we do not have rules that we all abide by, then the plantation will fail, and we will all suffer.
Now, here's what you have a case of animals. And when I say animals, I keep telling you, you have to be seduced to an animal state in order to be controlled. If you pay attention to the picture, and you see the people, they just staring around looking as if they don't have no clue what's going on, and they all participate in everything that Master says. And we do the same thing today. We just divided. We're still going towards down the same road. You know what I'm saying? Now they have to make an example out of one person so that everybody gets it. But I keep telling y'all, the thoughts that you have in your head have been programmed in your head for a specific outcome that is designed so that you stay a slave and master stay the master. Pay attention.
The whip cracked against Charles' back. But if we all pitch in for the common good, then we can all prosper. Being free doesn't mean you should be selfish and greedy. We must each do our assigned duties and obey the rules, and then we can all benefit, and each of you will receive your appropriate share of the profits. A young man named Samuel stepped forward. But if you and Mr. Jones decide the rules and whip us if we disobey, how is that any different from what we had before? How can you say that? Mr. Smith asked. I'm shocked. You were a slave before, and now you're free. Things still need to be managed and organized by those best qualified to do so. Do you know how to run a plantation, Samuel? Well, no, he answered. But if we're free, why do we get no say in what the rules are and how things work? I'm surprised at your ingratitude, Mr. Smith answered. None of you know how a plantation is run, so you're in no position to be making decisions about how things are done here. You don't seem to appreciate all the things that Mr. Jones provides for you, from protecting you from all the outside threats you know nothing about, those who would come here, capture and enslave you, if not for Mr. Jones' protection, to making sure that you all have food and housing, tools to work with, you're cared for when sick and injured, and so on. There wouldn't be a plantation at all, no cotton to pick, no land to plant and harvest, if not for him. You should be grateful that he's made possible the level of comfort you now have. Your lives would be far worse if not for him. Nevertheless, as free and equal participants in this endeavor, from now on at each meeting, any worker may have 2 minutes to ask questions or voice suggestions or complaints. With that, the workers all seem satisfied.
Hope y'all enjoying this video as much as I am. Now, with that being said, all you blacks that want to go vote, thinking you're going to change something, and think if they stick with black sheriff over here, black mayor, even a black judge, it still is ran by the same people at the top. This is exactly what they're doing today. Now, you see how they so-called gave them a voice or made them think that they had some type of say-so in what was going on. Pay close attention.
And headed down again to the fields to pick the cotton.
Day 4.
I have a big announcement, Mr. Smith said as the daily meeting began. Mr. Jones' cousin is here, and not just to visit and see how our project is coming along. It has been decided that from now on, you will be deciding who will manage the plantation. Of course, this job can't be done by just anyone, but every 3 months we will have a special meeting at which all the workers will vote on whether we think Mr. Jones should run the plantation or whether we think his cousin, Mr. Johnson, should run the plantation. That means that ultimately you are in charge because you will be deciding which man you want running things on your behalf. If you don't like the way things are being managed, you now have the power to change it. Amazed and pleased, the workers headed out again to the fields to pick the cotton. Days passed, months passed, a year passed, and the plantation continued to operate as before. Sometimes Mr. Jones was in charge, sometimes Mr. Johnson was in charge, but the day-to-day routine stayed exactly the same.
Now, it don't matter whether it was him or his cousin, it don't matter who they got coming up running this plantation. The rules still apply between the workers and the owners. Pay close attention.
The workers worked hard, long hours every day, and still had little to show for it. Every day the meeting would begin with them all reciting the Jones Plantation motto. We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones Plantation, which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all. One day Mr. Smith announced, Samuel is asked to say a few words this morning, and whatever the rest of us may think of his ideas and opinions, we are all free here, and that means we are all allowed to speak our minds. So, Samuel, you have 2 minutes. Begin. Samuel stepped forward, looking scared. I was excited when all this started, he began, glancing nervously at Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones. But don't you all see what's happened here? Nothing's changed. We're all still slaves. There were grumbles of disagreement from the crowd. They tell us what to do and whip us if we don't. They still make all the rules and punish us if we disobey. They let us make suggestions and complain about things, but they never really change anything. They let us choose between Mr. Jones and Mr. Johnson, but what's the difference? The situation stays the same. We do all of the work and they take as much as they want and decide how much they'll let us keep. They live in luxury, made rich by the cotton we pick. We do all the work and have to build our own huts, grow our own food, and take care of ourselves. They leave us just enough that we don't revolt or run away. This is not freedom. We're all still slaves. They've only changed the words they use, but nothing else has changed. They say we're all free and equal, but we're not. They command and we obey. That's not freedom. That's not equality. They say we're free to leave, but all that means is that we're free to be someone else's slave. Why should we work or obey the rules? We didn't agree to this. They made the system. They forced it on us. They control and rob us and call it freedom. They've deceived you into thinking that being able to choose which slave master you'll work for is the same as being free. It's not. Open your eyes. If you keep what you produce, they call it stealing. When they take what you produce, they call it sharing and fair distribution. Can't you see that this is all your time is up, Samuel? Mr. Smith announced calmly. At his gesture, 2 supervisors grabbed Samuel by the arms and led him to the whipping post. I'm sorry, Samuel, but you've broken the rules. There are rules against encouraging others not to work and encouraging others to break the rules. You're only hurting all of us with your discontentment and your complaining and your disobedience. The whip fell and Samuel let out a grunt. Without rules, without order, all would be lost. Without law, there would be chaos. We can't just behave as wild animals, each doing whatever he pleases. We must all follow the plan and all do our duty for the betterment of everyone. And those who do not must be punished.
Out of all those people that's working, that one person that stood up because he knew better, along with everybody else that knows better, when he stood up, he spoke out, nobody supported him. This is what divide and conquer does. Pay close attention.
The whip fell again and blood flowed freely from Samuel's back. Samuel, it is you who are stealing from the others. When you don't do your assigned work, you are making more work for others. When you disobey the rules, it is you who are endangering the future of everyone else here. You are the thief. You are the criminal. You are the one trying to destroy the arrangement that keeps us all safe and prosperous. At every lash of the whip, the other workers cheered louder and louder, some yelling curses at Samuel. Being spoiled and selfish, you complain about everything, talking as if you're oppressed. But you are the one ruining things. You are the one keeping us from being all we could be. It is your greed and your rebelliousness that is hurting all of us. They all play by the rules, Mr. Smith said, gesturing at the others. What makes you think that you don't have to? You think you're above the law? There were loud yells of agreement as the whip fell again. We must maintain order, Mr. Smith proclaimed, to make this plantation great, to make it so that we can all be happy and prosperous. To have the society we want, there have to be rules. We all have to contribute our fair share to this great endeavor, and we cannot tolerate actions and attitudes that seek to undermine the amazing things that together as free men we have achieved and will continue to achieve. Mr. Jones was smiling as he gave Mr. Smith a pat on the back. The crowd was cheering so loudly that none of them had noticed that Samuel had died.
Boom, there you have it. Now, this is the same thing that's going on in the world today. We've been tricked, we've been fooled, bamboozled. These people are playing with your...
Alright.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that a while back, man. That's true, man. I've been trying to tell people and talk to people that people look at you like you crazy. That's what it ticks me off, man. I'm just ready for Mashiach. I'm ready, man. The day of vengeance is in my heart, says, you know, the Most High said to, you know, I'm ready for that to happen, man. Because this is crazy. It's getting to the point where I'm to the point I'm like, and I don't care who hear me or who see me, the eye in the sky, whatever they got going, I don't care. The Most High gonna pin them back in their face, man. Father, what you want me to do, I'll do it. Whatever purpose you got me born in this time to do, let me do it in all. I don't care what other people say or what my people think. Long as you please, let me do that wholeheartedly, man. That's all it is, man. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of this whole little thing. And everybody, man, I'm tired. I'm praying that the Most High y'all like speedily arise, man, and destroy these people, man. I ain't playing.
Who need to get pinged on?
Yeah.
Keep my aim steady.
Man, this is wild, man. And the same people thinking that it's all okay because they're able to buy cars, clothes, a house. I said, man, look at it, brother. You don't even listen. You in a tax bracket that you're able to buy a house, but do you own that house? Don't pay no mortgage or no property tax on that thing and see what they do to your property that you so-called own, Mr. or Mrs.
Right. They will come get that thing.
You better believe it. But when I buy a pair of shoes and pay the property tax one time, that's my shoe. You don't see them come and repossess nothing on that because I own it. That one time pay is mine. If people thinking they own something, they done changed definitions of words and everything, huh?
They got something called eminent domain. They can come say, you know, it's in the interest of national security and take your stuff. They ain't even get, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing you can do about it. All that hard-earned money.
It's classified. We can't talk about it. Like
that's all they can say.
Man, these people cold, man.
I'm telling you, they take definite words and change it, and then how you think in a certain type of way. That's government, man. That's crazy. And these people still, and then you got people still out there voting, thinking things is gonna change. Oh, this is bad. I'm a Democrat. You ain't nothing. You don't even know what that is. You just say I'm a Democrat because your parent said she was a Democrat, and they didn't got that from y'all act like your own crack. This stuff it's tiresome, bro. I'm telling you. I mean it, man. I'm so excited. It's like I'm excited. And when I say excited, just excited that the Most High Yah is gonna bring forth what He's about to bring forth, man. And it just excites me, man, to the point, man, I got to be calm and cool because I don't have no words for it sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I'm tired of talking. You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of this thing. I'm sick and tired. I was hearing a brother how real quick, even with our own people, man, they quick to fight on each other. I was hearing somebody talking about Willie D did a little rap on something talking about how they quick to clutch on each other, but get a police a pass. You see what I'm saying? How they quick to shoot each other, bang bang, and do all this other stuff and ride on their own people that look like them or whatever. But when they see police doing something to them or doing wrong, they want to hide, run, and don't do nothing. And I'm not even talking. I'm not like advertising fighting against police. I'm just saying that the mentality of our own. If a person wrong you or do wrong, man, what happened with standing up and fight? You quick to fight your own, but when another people do wrong to you, don't want to fight. You bow down. And that's because they're not linked up to the Most High power, man. That's all that is. They won't have no strength to stand against their enemy, but to fight against themselves. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, man. I really am, man. I'm tired of this whole little system, man. This whole thing over here. Everybody thinking that they nobody free over here. Not us.
But it is, brothers. I've been talking to Moray Shaleem, right? And he been telling me about some of the projects that they got going on and some of their customs and everything. I'm like, man, that's where it's at, man. That whole practical application of Torah, man, that they got going on. Like say like you got some property and it need a fence. They put a call out, man. 10, 12 brothers, they coming from all over the country. They gonna pull up. They gonna bring all the tools needed. They gonna bring food. They gonna bring tent. Whatever it's gonna take to get this job done, and they gonna do it. They gonna pull up, do it, handle it, and leave. Go back home. And then whoever need it, they make that call, and people coming. And they coming with money. They coming with love and affection. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they making move. They put money in the pot. They buying businesses, creating businesses, taking care of the elderly and the poor, and just making power move. And it's like, man, why ain't this what we hearing about? Why we hearing about these niggas on street corners, hollering like the brother said? We trying to buy a meal, but they outbidded us. What black people we know trying to buy meals so they can produce grain and flour and like this is real stuff. They buying cows and livestock and just doing real major moves. And niggas arguing about just petty.
Before you keep going, man, it's computerized on my end, man. It sounds computerized on my end. I'm trying to hear you, but it keeps sounding computerized.
Let me come out. Come back in. That's you up. Give us a moment. Give us a moment.
We back.
All right. Hello? You hear me?
Shalom. That's what we back. That's what we supposed to be on when you talking about Oxaline. How they doing and how they getting. That's how we supposed to be doing right now. That's where it's at, man. All this other stuff and this doing just for self and me and mine, my family, but we all family, man. We a nation, man. It's time to start doing nation type things, man, like all the way around, like you say, practical knowledge of Torah, practical application of Torah, doing that all the way around in this land of captivity. We all we got, man. They ain't for us. They listen, we've been emancipated. What did that mean? Did that mean you're free? No, that means you're free to fend for yourself.
Absolutely, man.
Still in this land of captivity, man.
And that James, cause people always want to talk about faith and everything, man. And James chapter 2. James chapter 2, man. Let's read that thing real quick. Let's pull that thing up, man. We gonna leave off from that jazz show. I think we can that video was a little too long. We're an hour into this thing. Let's check this James chapter 2 out. My brethren, my Akim, have not the faith of our idle need, Yahushua Mashiach, the idle need of esteem with respect of persons. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing. I guess that would be okay, yeah. The happy Uh, breezy. And say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. Are ye not then partial in yourselves and become judges of evil thoughts? Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not Yah chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him? But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you? Hold on. We gotta start that thing off. But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats. He letting you know who run the world. Rich oppressors. Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which ye are called. They talk about your Allah E. If ye fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, ye do well. But if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. For he that said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not kill. Now, if thou commit no adultery, yet if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law. So speak ye, and so do, and they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him? How did we miss this in the Christian church? You in there? Hello? If you talking, I can't hear you.
I was about to say, I didn't say anything. I'm just saying you were saying came in clear.
Okay. All right. You good now. Let's continue. Let's hit that again. What doth it profit, my brethren? Though a man say he hath faith and have not works, can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto him, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. That's what we got to get to, man. All this old believe. Okay, you believe that you can make it happen. About that. You know, this is a part of the whole fear thing. Because the reason why your faith ain't turning into works because you're scared. Got to overcome that thing, man. Got to have courage. Thou believest that there is one Allah E. Well, that would be Elohim right there. There's one Elohim. One mighty one. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. You're not impressing nobody because you believe in the Most High. The devils believe in the Most High. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Was Abraham not our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? He went to go do that thing. He wasn't just talking about it. He wasn't just thinking about it. He had the knife in his hand ready to go. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works his faith made perfect? And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of, Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way. As for the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Can you hear me out?
I can hear you now. I was reading that whole time.
Okay. I'm going to say this for edification purposes. We was talking about fear, and we read earlier about, when they was going to war, how if it was anybody scared, let them go home, turn back, least the fear of them get up on their comrades, and they bring that fear. Now, this is the thing. When you have trust in the word of Yah, because we know that Emunah comes by hearing of the word of Yah. So when you trust in that you heard, and you moving forward on that you heard, some people may not see what you see or hear what you heard. They may have heard, but they haven't activated that by the emunah, secured by the trust and having trust on that word right there. So you moving forward on that. Sometimes people can bring that fear because they trusting in that fear. That trust is not there on that word. So they fearing, and their fear try to project their fear off on you, trying to stop you from moving forward. But you can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna move forward on what Yah said and move and do it. It may be, to other people that trust is not there. It's gonna look strange or be weird or whatever. That's not my concern. Right. My concern is doing what thus said Abba Yah, all the way, wholeheartedly. That's the only way that we're gonna get up out this captivity. I'm gonna get up out this thing and receive that the Most High told me I'm gonna receive by wholeheartedly pursuing that thing. What he told me, I'm gonna move forward in it. I don't care what's going on. Y'all told me I should live and not die, so ain't no need for me to be afraid of any type of situation, no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on, no matter what it looked like. Though the earth reel to and fro, our mountains fall into the sea, I should not be moved. Y'all should not be moved. Those that truly trusted in the Most High, y'all should not be moved or afraid about what they see, what even coming up on this earth. It's not going to be, because we trust in the Most High Yah. So while we trusting and we knowing that everything is going to be well, because we doing what thus says Yah, we straight. So we going to move forward in that. They can't kill us. They can't do nothing. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what they talking about. I don't care what they course. I don't care what they saying. That's where I'm at right now. And you know what? I'm all in. That's all it is, man. I'm all in. Now, I must confess and say this. Have I walked and made declarations and walked and stumbled or failed? Yes, I have. Have I gotten back up, dust myself off, turned wholeheartedly, and then made a decision not to turn back to do that ever again? Yes, I have. So I'm making this confession. You see what I'm saying? Because of the machine. I thank the Most High Yah that he made a preparation for the transgression that I've done. I'm not even gonna say mine. It was mine at the time when I did it, but it's not mine no longer because I'm not doing it anymore. I'm doing things that I've done back in the past that's unworthy of someone that's called themselves a child of the Most High Yah. You see what I'm saying? So in this confession, see, we overcome by the word of our testimony, the blood of the Lamb. So with that being said, all that belief and everybody talking about, you ain't talking about nothing if you ain't producing. You see what I'm saying? So it's time to start moving and producing. I'm all in. I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm not here. Y'all did not create and put in us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. Not no fear. Fear, what it do? Paralyzes. You see what I'm saying? It paralyzes. It keeps you stagnant. You see what I'm saying? Because you're afraid to go here. You're afraid to go there. You're afraid to say this. You're afraid to say that. You're afraid to do anything because you're not operating that trust to the Most High. The Most High say, open your mouth wide and I shall fill it. You see what I'm saying? Hearken to me. You hearken to me, I will subdue your enemies. So we walking in that. We say, oh, this is the 400-year cap, man, it's over with. Okay, we'll walk in and act, behave like it. Not an act, but behave like it. Trust in it. Move in it. Show it forth, royal nation. Move forward in it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, all the esteem to y'all, wow, man. I'm just, you know what? You know where I stand, man. You know, all the talking, you know, I know we do these things and we say things. The only reason why we speak words and bring forth everything and what we doing is just it's for edification to get to strengthen the brethren and help the family members to get to that point. I'm to the point right now, it's like I don't, you know, y'all willing his will be done. Hear me out. What I'm saying is, yes, y'all, your will be done. Edification come forth for the people, whatever. I'm just done. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready for movement. I'm ready for display. I'm ready for production. I'm ready for let's get it done. Let's do it. I'm tired of talking, man. You know, but however, for the sake of the people, because y'all, that's what y'all want, y'all will be done. Let that edification come forth for the people to get them roused up to trust him and to trust in his word and to move forward in that. So be it. However, I'm ready, man. I'm if I got to do this by myself, just me and you or whoever, man, hey, let's do it, man. Because I know if you build it, they will come. You get what I'm saying? It's like, always been like that.
Push them chips in. My chips in. They've been in the,
right.
been in the middle, man. You know, I ain't have to get baptized to be of the mindset I'm all in. I was all in, you know, prior to. I just wanted,
right.
You know, I had certain circumstances I felt like I wanted to get baptized under, so I put it off. But that didn't stop me from being 100 in the walk.
You know, beforehand. Right. Same here.
And Abba, no, man. Like, you know, that's why things happen how they happen. Why, you know, this podcasting came about. How, you know, he's allowed me to be a part of people's lives and to have an effect. You know, but it's like I wanna go greater with that thing, man. I really wanna. Man, Oxaline said something to me last night, man. We had a conference call last night. And the brother said something so profound about street teaching. He said, man, you'd have been better off leaving them people sleep if you ain't got no alternatives for them. You gonna tell them, you know, come off their jobs, drop this, drop that. But what you gonna take them to? What you gonna, you know, it's like they in a bondage. Our people would, just like with Simeon and Levi, let's say those was, you know, Hebrew slaves or other sons of Shem that they redeemed. They had to have somewhere to take them back to. They didn't just say, y'all free now. Go ahead and figure this thing out on your own. They had somewhere to bring them back. Go back to my camp. We can feed you. We can clothe you. We give you raiment. And it's like in this truth, we missing that. It's like we taking people from out of the frying pan and putting them into the fire. And I said, man, that is profound. That is profound. Like, it's real. Think about this. We tell people don't work on Shabbat. Do we have employment for them so they don't work on Shabbat? You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're supposed to be working towards. This is the practical application, man. Do we tell people they sin and they working on Shabbat? Do we have can we fund them while they get? You get what I'm saying? Like he said, across the board like that. Can you be the alternative? Can you help provide an alternative more than just saying what they need to do? Can you assist them in into doing it? And I'm like, man,
let me show you. Let me show you this. This is why, man. It's common sense, man. When you got, okay, say for instance, you got 10 people, right? You got 10 people, and 10 people didn't work and stacked up some money, man. That 10 people can put together and accomplish so much than what that one person can do on their own. You see what I'm saying? Some people in families got land already. Like me and my family, I got 120 acres of my family in Oklahoma. That's just laying there. You see what I'm saying? Just there. You know, my cousins may utilize some parts of it, but they ain't living there. Everybody in the city doing their own life and living. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm sure that there's a lot of families that's in, you know, of our people that's in this walk that got land as well. I'm saying, man, y'all sitting there concerned, y'all so comfortable with going to them and working for them when all you got to do is really seek the Most High. He can give you ideas to do whatever you got to do, and you got the funds because you got your people, you got nations. If they really gonna do it and they really walking this walk, everybody can put their funds together. I mean, Elder Yeshua knew them. They decided to take their money out and they did what they did. They had to start somewhere. They got their money, they put their money together, sold what they sold, and then bought some land, and now they got some stuff going over there. And then you got other people that's coming out the woodwork saying, we willing to help you, willing to do this. Why? Because they decided to move out and step forward and do what they did. I mean, you don't think that the Most High God, exactly. So we done heard so many times where it says, you know, this goes so many ways. This, resist the devil and he'll flee from you. Draw close to Yah, Yah draw close to you. So that's only in one area. You don't think that's in other areas as well, that he can draw closer to you on certain things, especially if your mind is in the right place, your heart is in the right place to do what's right according to what he said. You don't think he's going to provide? And he's our provider? And it's already provided, just waiting on you to make that step and make that move. But you don't want to make that move because you're scared to step out on Emunah and to step out in unfamiliar territory because you're not familiar with it and it's uncomfortable and you ain't really. So that's gonna stop you. That's the fear that's gonna paralyze you from moving forward.
I'm plotting on a way. I kid you not. I'm analyzing and pondering, and I'm looking for a sign that the Most High want me to move on, man, so I can move on that thing. I'm even starting to pray on, like, I'm praying to make me a vessel to be able to be an asset to my people, man, to be an asset to my nation. Like when that brother said you've been better off to leave them people alone than to come hit them with all this stuff and you ain't got nothing for them. I could have hit me with a brick. It's real. That is so, bro. It's so real. That's
real. That's real for somebody that ain't got nothing for them. But if you got, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, bro. Elder Yeshua knew and the other brother and them, they did what they did, bro. Who's to say we can't do the same thing, man? Stack work. If you got to work for a certain amount of time to stack up some checks, and then y'all doing that, and then you got numerous of people doing the same thing, or y'all already got assets and things or whatever to have. Like some people got houses, some people got cars, some people got stuff, some people got multiple cars, some people got different things. Sell what you sell, put the stuff together and make it happen with some trustworthy people that you know is able to, you know what I mean? That's the thing, though. I think people don't want to move on that part right there because of fear of who to trust and who they can trust and who they can't trust. Because situations like this has happened before.
We're going to get some brothers together. I don't know what the world going to do, but I know on that call, me, Elder Art, and Solomon was on there. And we was just all blown away, man. It was like a conviction. Like, when you hear that brother talk, man, and you hear about what they doing, it's like, what the hell am I doing?
Right, where do they start? This is my question. Where do they start? How do they start? How do they get there? How do they start?
a group of them came to the same conclusion. Like, what is we doing? We need to put some money together. We need to figure this thing out. And they just started doing it small, man, to where it just grew to the point to where now man, look, I don't want to put the brother business just all out there on the thing, man, but they move.
Bro, that's common sense, bro.
Man, they move it.
It's common sense, bro. The blueprint is in the book, bro. We got it already in the book, and people just start applying what's being said in the book, man. That's what's taking me out, because I can't. If I can do it by myself, I do it. I promise you, I would. Pew!
I don't think we meant to.
Exactly. That's why that's why I'm frustrated. That's why I'm upset. That's why I'm angry, and I gotta let it go. Help, Father, y'all help me, because these people claiming and making these claims. I'm a brother keeper, and I'm doing all the, but you ain't doing nothing. All this old talk about assembly, but you ain't doing nothing. It's more than that. It's more than just that. That's part of it, but it's more than that. How you gonna be a sanctuary in a land, in a strange land, and you ain't even doing things to build that like that? We gotta get land, bro. We gotta have a place to be, to live, to grow, to do our own thing. We ain't gotta be dependent on them. That's why I'm upset. Why he so angry? Why he so angry?
I talked to him earlier today, right? We had another conference call this morning. That's when you called. The brother said something. He said about arguing over scripture. He said, I don't argue over scripture, and nobody affiliated with me. But he said, if you arguing over scripture, you got too much time and money on your hand. But listen, he said, all y'all brothers on this call, do you agree that we ought to have a kosher diet? Everybody was like, yeah, of course. It's a fact. He said, if the white man got anything to do with your food, it ain't kosher. I said, I mean, it's so basic, but it's like
mind blowing, huh?
It's something in front of you now. It's like he took it from arguing about scripture to this. Like, you ain't got time to be arguing about no scripture. You need to be in charge of your diet. Man, it's just like, I said, man, I gotta get you on the podcast or something. I gotta get you out here. We gotta talk about this thing. Cause I'm hearing about niggas in matching clothes, standing on corners, going on a plantation every day. I'm not hearing about let's produce our own food. Let's get listen. The brother said, man, listen, a cow go for $1,100. He said it go from anywhere from $1,000 to $1,800. He said, y'all brothers come to me, I get you one for, let's just say, well less than that.
Well, let's start it. When you ready to start?
I'm ready. Look,
I'm ready too.
We're gonna talk about it.
I told her, I said, look, I'm ready to go to the country where we at, where we got land at. It's a person right across the way. They got a gang of cattle and everything. I said, man, I go work with him and tell him I don't even want no money. Just give me a cow, give me a heifer and a bull, and then all this other stuff, and I go from there.
A bull apparently is very expensive. He quoted me a price last night, and if it's like that, it's like no. But this is the type of brother he is, man. Listen, a bull. He said a grown bull or the kind of stuff he working with, upwards to $70,000 for a bull. Guess what the brother said? The brother said, man, y'all get your stuff together and get these cows. He said, man, I'll let you stud that thing out.
See, that's love, man.
Hey, if the bull said,
we'll talk. We're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk, man.
They have children. Ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse, man. And like, what we give a damn about Walmart shutting down, man? We got cattle out in the field. What we give a damn about any of these people's stuff being took from us if we got our own? That's the problem. just like that plantation, we don't think we can get our own. We want to keep electing and voting and being a part of this system and never establishing our own. It was 2 niggas up on that damn porch. 20 niggas out in the field, 2 of them on the porch running the 20 from mental warfare.
Mm-hmm. I think the Most High Yah, he allowed me to be raised up with my great grandmama on the land. We had a farm, we had cattle, we had chicken coops, we had all that. We had guineas, we had all that stuff, man, horses, and they had a slot in the little town. They had a slaughterhouse where you can take your cattle or whatever and slaughter if you want to slaughter. We even had hogs. You know what I mean? At the time they was eating hogs, but they used that to, they did their thing. But she had a whole little farm. We had purple whole peas, okra, carrots, beets, black eyed peas, what else, man? I mean, a gang of stuff, man. We had a gang of stuff, man. We ain't really had to go to no town, no Walmart, no store to really get nothing, man. Grandma did stuff like that for us, for the little ones, like cereal, because we wanted some cereal or something and stuff like that. But most of the time, she cooked her own stuff, like, sit out there and I had to help her break the purple whole peas down in the little wash. It was a little pan they had back in the day, man. They even used that pan to take baths in, like to wash their face and to wash their body with. But we take the same little tin pan thing that was round, and you peel the peas. See, I was fortunate enough to be around it because my mama was like, nah, she wanted me to go stay in the country with them, and we had the oven and she had a hired hand that knew how to build. They knew how to build stuff, man, their own stuff. You know what I mean? And built an oven in the house to keep us warm, and a little wooden thing to hold the wood when we go and get it. That he chopped the wood as I get the wheelbarrow and bring it into the house and put it little. You know what I mean? Had a little slot bucket in the kitchen when everybody don't get food, put it in the slot bucket and everything. Go take it and go feed the hogs. Like, I mean, that lifestyle right there. To me, it's like Yah showing me something. He allowed me to be in that, my generation in '83, to see that stuff like that, to get back to that stuff like that. It's like, okay, absolutely. I got to form a view of that, a sight of that. I'm ready. Now I'm seeing it where the real wealth is. Because when in the moving company, I used to be a mover, a foreman in a moving company. When you go move people, especially in the country, in Texas and stuff like that, you go out there, they got land, they got house, I got a big old house with land. But they got cattle. They got, stuff going on. They got real wealth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they got wealth, man. That stuff right there that stuff costs, man.
I asked one time. I said, what do a white dope boy buy with his money? He said, me? I buy horses and paintings. You know why? Because them horses anywhere from $500 to a couple $1,000 a piece.
Hold on, wait a minute. Listen to this though. They buy horses, and these horses are live. They also mate to produce more horses, which is more wealth. But then you got our people that's out there so stupid, they want to go buy a car with some rims that lose value. Rims chip, things happen. You know what I mean? A car can't mate with another car and have another car where you can have something else and they can grow to be like that type. Ain't nothing, bro. That stuff is the mind state of our people is sick, bro. I mean, it's just sick. They didn't been our people have been programmed with TV and what they think is luxury or what they think is wealth and all with all this bull job, and these people just sitting there laughing because they the ones that's putting this propaganda out there for you to pay them so they can make money off of you, and then they go produce their own. Man, I'm like, man, wake up, man. It's time to get up out of this stupid, man. Get up out of this stupid, man. Get 5 people, 10 people. It don't even take that much. Let's go work, put the money together, man, and do some like the people in Atlanta, man. The people that put their money together, man, and they did a little thing, got a little city. I don't know all in full about what they got going and doing, but they doing something. Like I pray the Most High Yah help them, and not only that, but help them in His truth to be linked up to Him, so that it can all be prosperous and they can build a little sanctuary for themselves and protect them from the enemies or whatever. Because as long as they doing what pleases the Most High Yah, He'll make even their enemies be at peace with them, man. So you know what I mean. That's how it is, and I'm saying we can do it, man. It don't take that much, man. Even if we got to get some little somebody get a help. Look, let's put some money together for help. All right. Go ahead.
From talking to the brother, the mindset I came away with is that we still in religion, man. As much as we think we remove from Christianity, we still into religion because our forefathers used practical application. We don't use it. No, we might to a certain degree and on a small form, but as a nation, we don't think of it at all, man. We don't think of it at all, man. Like we don't have covenants. People don't like we don't have charges and servants. We think we have a Western concept of servants. Our forefathers cared for their servants, and when their servants left them, they left with abundance. They sent them away with abundance. You leaving with with livestock. You leaving with money and things that you've been given that you've earned over this time you spent with us. We don't need.
That's why I'm ready to go back to the land at the right time, man, because the Barakah is already commanded there.
I think we got to learn it here, man. I think we got to learn what it's going to be like. Cause how can we be?
That's what the word is. Listen, I hear what you're saying, but I know the truth about it. Not that I just know because y'all has already told me and showed me. I'm gonna bring the scriptures out for you so you can read it. And it's plain, right there, about us being in it, about going back to the land. That he already spoken about the Barakah to be on the land for when we get back. A double portion, everything that's gonna be done there in the land, man. Straight up, bro. I know that we learning and we getting stuff down and trying to, get a sanctuary here, but this is not who we gonna be. Point blank. Period.
Right.
That don't mean. Let me finish. That don't mean that we're not to apply and do things to make, you know what I mean, where we can have things to be like a sanctuary here amongst ourselves here with our people here until the time that we go and go to the house. All I'm saying. Go ahead.
What would a 16-year-old just got their driver's license need with a Bugatti? It's their first car. Their first car be a Bugatti. Or whatever kind of super sports car. It's gonna be too much for them. You need to learn how to drive that whatever.
It's a scheme.
On a smaller level. We gotta get the smaller level first, right? It's a scale.
It's a scheme. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a scheme. It's a trick. They do that, push that, so people can do that, and then they don't tell people what true wealth is and all that old stuff. Because when you get rich, if you just get rich, what's the first thing you probably gonna get? A Bugatti, a new car, something of high value like that that's gonna lose value after you purchased it.
No, it was a metaphor, brother, for learning to operate over a few things. Even the scriptures tell us, he that is faithful over a few things, he'll be worthy of much.
Yeah, that's good. It's a metaphor, but we talking about dealing with. Listen, I get it. It's a metaphor. What I'm saying is, it's also real too. That's the mindset of people here. It can be a metaphor, however, it's still real. People, that's what people do. If people get wealthy or rich, they ain't what they gonna do? They ain't gonna go try to go buy no land. They ain't gonna try to go buy no cattle. They gonna try to buy a house. They gonna try to buy a fancy car, jewelry.
Well, right. I'm
all this other stuff.
When we go over to the land, we're gonna be put over, land and cattle and everything. But this thing is we're gonna have servants to maintenance it or whatever, I guess. So, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that we need to acquire a working knowledge of things to even understand how it operates or to appreciate it fully. Like you said, you have a background of the old school, of the country living. So it allows you to be able to operate in a certain way. You can be at home in the country. Whereas a city person who ain't ever had no dealings with it, they're going to be off. They ain't going to have on the right kind of shoes. They're going to be out there in Jordans. They need boots on. They're going to be out there in shorts and they need on overalls or something. They don't understand that there's an attire that go with that thing.
Yeah.
You're going to need mud boots when you go out. You get what I'm saying? So it's a way that I think we got to establish prior to even going over there, to even get familiar, to know how to even operate in it. Because it could be too much. It could be overwhelming. And the Abba, knowing that, I don't think he would give it to us like that. That's why we learning the things we learn now to even seek after them kind of thing. He putting us in this position now to realize, okay, look, ain't nothing you're gonna get from this heat that's gonna be clean. So if you desire to be clean, you're gonna have to do it yourself. And ain't nothing gonna be clean about dealing with livestock, about butchering, about fishing, about this, about that. You're gonna have to get in and get your hands dirty. So we gotta lose that pristine mindset. Now we get clean on a feast day. We get clean when it's time to get clean, when it's time to get breezy. But the rest of the time, we got to be about that mindset of getting our hands dirty, man, getting in there, getting grimy, you know. And that's all I was trying to say about that.
Nah, you good. I'm just tired of talking, man. I'm just tired of talking, man. I'm just tired of talking. I want to get
you know, got to get a plan together. That's the thing. We got to get a plan together and execute. Plan and execute. You know.
Y'all willing, man? I'm thinking about moving back to the land up there, man, and just I'm gonna say brew it out. I was gonna say how people used to say in the street, thug it out, brew it out. Nah, for real, man. This is crazy, bro. Somebody got to do it.
All right. My mama had just sold, I want to say, 150 acres in Alabama when I got out of prison in 2017. Had just foreclosed, sold 150 acres. And it's crazy how it be like stuff like that. You'd be like, just 3 years ago.
Man,
ain't no payments on it. It's her land, 150 acres.
That's a lot of land. 150. I seen 120 is a lot. So 150, I know that's a lot. She got paid then, didn't she? Unless if she let, if only if she. Well, I don't know if she let them.
And then I think it was a scenario that my stepdad died, and she was trying to get some funds up, so she pretty much gave it away for a little bit of nothing, not even knowing the possibilities of leasing out land,
right,
you know,
right, mineral rights,
or for hurdles and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just our people just don't be knowing stuff like that until it's too.
You can even lease out mineral. You can lease out mineral rights for a while. You know, for a little bit. You don't have to give it. You don't have to sell your mineral rights or give over your mineral rights, but you can lease it for a while. You can lease your land for people to utilize it with their livestock count or whatever they want to do for a minute and everything. You know what I mean? You don't have to sell your stuff. But you know, they put us in a situation where we feel like we need this money. We need this money. We need it. We got to have it. We can't operate it without it. Like, man, we so much stuff that we can do to make and generate money, man. What are you talking about? Like, the Most High give us power to get wealth. He did that for our ancestors then. He can do it now. You know? Man, I just read it, man. You know what? I'm at the show.
I was in Jasher the other day. It was talking about how Abraham, when he was with Laban, it said his cattle, his sheep and stuff was so pure and potent or whatever, he was trading them for humans, for servants. Somebody give him a straight servant for one of his cattle, man.
Wow.
He said they came from all over the world to shop him to get his cattle, because the Most High then baraked him with these healthy animals, with this certain kind of livestock. And look, he took all the spotted ones from Laban, but because the Most High was with him, he turned that speckled spotted into the pure and the best. That's what made Laban hate on him. And that's why he tried to get 7 more years. He's like, man, I'm coming up. And he was coming up. You know, when a man lives in a way that's pleasing to the Most High, he gonna come up, and everybody that deal with him gonna come up. So,
see, but labor try to be slick. He try to be slick with it. He gonna change the thing. But when he changed the thing, the Most High changed the game on him. Yo, you want to change the game? Okay,
yep.
Change the game on
he
you.
started falling off at that point because he threw wickedness in the game.
Right.
And Jacob kept coming up. You know, so it's man.
I think you know what came across my mind too is I think if we the people can change the narrative, like not okay, according to what this world say what prestige is and what successfulness is, get that out. Get the way anything that they exalting and putting up to the top, we got to do the opposite of that. Like that ain't where it's at. That's a lie. But our people feed into it and do. I gotta get out of that. I gotta get out. That ain't it. You know. That's what I think I'm gonna do that. Honestly, I think I'm gonna move to Oklahoma, man, and go back to the land, man, and try to do that. I had a dream a long time ago anyway. There was a gang of tents on that land. And it wasn't just our people though. It was like what we call Indian people. What they look like Indian was there on that land. You know what I mean? That's 120 acres. My uncles, my aunties, my great aunties and stuff, they ain't caring about that land. That land is just there. And it's a situation about that thing.
Hey, this for real. If you can get that land and if you able to put livestock on it, we can get with the elder, man. They already like they got a whole little system. That phone call, say like it's on some, you need to clear the land off for cattle.
Right.
The brothers is down to make that phone call. People show up, clear that thing out, and put some on it for you, and be on some whatever they produce while they there. You get one, I get one. I'm
gonna invite you on the call with the one that got with my cousin Karen still broken arrow. I'm gonna get the number from my mama, and I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna call them on three-way, and I'm gonna let you know because they gonna let me. If I tell her, hey man, I want to put livestock and cattle on the land, they gonna let me. I'm gonna have you on that call with me so you can hear it, and from there, let's make that move. I'm just saying, bro. I'm tired of talking.
Hey, listen, I'm with it, man. Just call me. We'll have that conversation, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna ask all the right questions. No. In the meantime, check into like, certain laws about land, because on certain land, gotta have permits to build on it. You gotta have certain, you know what I'm saying?
This is Oklahoma. This is personal. This is Indian. This is different. We've been doing. They've been building on that land for, you know what I mean, and did now. This is different. Matter of fact, the place where we at is more like it's all us, most of over there. You know what I mean? And it's like the next house is like a mile away on a dirt road. You know. It's like that, and then the town is a little way, and then Muskogee is a little way down there. That's where Yeshavanu is from, Muskogee. You know? All right. Yeah, from Muskogee.
Well, yeah, I'm closer to there than I am to you.
Right. You close to who?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Missouri. Absolutely.
It's Texas, Missouri.
Yeah, so you can do that because Joplin is not that far from where we go in Oklahoma. When we in Tulsa on what's that, 44? Not 44.
My ex is from
Joplin. Yeah, Joplin, Tulsa. You go to Joplin, huh?
My ex is from
Tulsa.
Bill.
Okay. What part of how far is Joplin from you?
Huh?
How far is Joplin from you?
I want to say that's like southern Missouri. It's probably like a good 3 hours.
Okay, well, 3 hours. You probably about 4 or 5 hours from Tulsa. From Oklahoma. Yeah, man.
About 12 hours from you. So yeah.
This is too far. This is a starting point. You know, this is like something to, you know what I mean. And this is me coming here made way to meet you, made way to meet all kind of other brothers that I met. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Now it's like coming to the feel of the thing. It's time to make that move. Go on and do your thing. like, oh, I'm ready now. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I mean? I met the connections that I need to meet to being where I need to be. The Most High, it's like the Most High position, the master chess player, checkmate. The position me where I need to be to meet who I need to be. It all started when I came down here with Rebirth. Through Rebirth, I met King Solomon. Through King Solomon, I met Yahukanan. Through Yahukanan, I met all the brothers, all this stuff, all this stuff that's been going on, the way that it played out, the way the Most High did it. Now it's like, okay, now you know what you need to know. You got your brother right over here who was on the call with the one we need to be on the call with, said what he need to say. Time to go. That's what I mean. It's like you're waiting for a time, and then when you hear your father's voice, and you know when it's time to go home. Oh, it's time. Okay, I got to. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. So that's what we're gonna do. Like I said what I said. I'm gonna call my cousin, tell my cousin, aunt, hey, I want to put cattle on the land. Want to do this? Get the green light. The reason why I say I gotta call her because I'm gonna tell you real quick. It's my grandpa. Okay, they had four siblings that shared that 120 acres, right? Two of them gone, two of them remain. My grandpa is the only boy of the four, and the land is a house on the hill on the land. He got his portion is where the house is at on the hill. Where he got the good portion or whatever. But when he passed, see my mama when she they knew my mama back in the day when she was out there running wild on crack doing her thing or whatever. So they was like, okay, Pop's about to pass. They went in when he was in the nursing home and had him sign over to the kinfolks for them to keep the payments going, because it's tax. You got to pay taxes every year for the thing. However, Papa had already signed and gave Mama a writing saying that he gave the land to them, and he was in a dementia state. You know what I mean? So Mama, they in a thing right now. Mama says she want to get her portion back. My other cousin before he died, he was a partial owner through his mama saying, cousin, when you're ready, let me know. I'm with you. He ended up passing. You know what I mean? So it's other ones that we got to go, which the one I'm telling you, I got to call Karen, which is the one that had the money. And she got two other brothers, but she the one that's the shot call because she the one that had the money. You see what I'm saying? So when I call her, and me and her relationship is great. So, you know what I mean? In regards of, she always, hey, Tay, always, every time, I can talk to her and say, hey, this is what I want to do. And I don't see no problem with that. Look, I'm going to have the brush hog. I'm going to have whatever need to be done. I'm just on my pawpaw's portion, my portion. Because I'm inheriting of my pawpaw. It's right. Y'all know it's rightfully mine. I wanted to do this. I'm gonna talk to her in a way though. It's gonna work out. I'm praying the Most High y'all give me the words to say.
I have to find a way to make it an official tool.
Right. So this is how it can be beneficial to her. You don't have to pay. You know how y'all know how much y'all know how much cattle and bulls cost. Look, you want to do this, you can put your funds in too and get you some stuff, and it can be all lucrative for us all.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm gonna present that right there to her, and look, it's gonna be successful. The Most High he already showed me a long time ago when I was in Oklahoma back in the day about living on the land, and it was tents and stuff all on the land. Then I didn't know. I'm going into it. This is what I'm hearing now. Now it's coming back to my remembrance. Like, okay, I'm ready. I know what to do. Stack up what I need to stack over here. I'm gone, man. Oklahoma, here I come. Y'all willing? I'm out there. I'm out there on the land.
Hey.
All right.
I'm down to get out there too, man. However the Most High see for this thing to go, it's like it's right in line with what we was talking to the elder about, because it pretty much was on some. We talking to the plug, but we got to go get clientele set up, or you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, that makes sense.
The hardest part is kind of straightened out as far as getting a good line, because if you go to the heathen, as opposed to what he talking about, now he talking about like he got blue magic for the low price. We're not talking about just so we talking about blue magic for
right.
So it's like I need to figure out a way we can make this.
When you said that, that's what prompted me. That's what moved my rock to say, "Oh, it's time to move." He said that, and then not only that, another thing you said a price about a bull about $70 grand. I said, "Well, that's a lot." But then you said he's willing to stud. I said, "Oh man, that's all we need. Let's go." Ain't nothing holding me back, man. The only thing I got to do is stack the little bread, and move on out there. I'm gonna call my cousin. We're gonna do this after the Shabbat if you want to. If you willing, we can do it after the Shabbat. And I can call you, we can call her on 3-way. And then we can get this going. And once we get the okay, I'm gonna do my part. You already know what it is. We put some money together, get some helpers, and he can do his stud or whatever. If you say he willing to have somebody come down there and brush hog, it's not really a lot to be brush hog. You know what I mean? Or nothing to be moved because you got different forms of land. But on our part where the farm and everything used to be and everything like that, that's enough to do whatever you need to do right there. You see what I'm saying? So 30 acres. Papa got 30, and the other siblings, which are all my aunties, they got 30. So everybody got 30. You know what I mean? And on the 30, you can do a lot on that 30. You know what I mean?
He said, I think he said like 2 acres per cow.
2 acres per cow?
Even then, you talking about 15. You talking about 15 cows you get on there.
Let me tell you something. We got this little on downhill. Okay, when you're going up, you got to go up the hill to go to the house, right? But downhill on the flat, we got this. It's fenced in. We got the barbed wires and everything. That's what when I remember when I was little. That's where the cattle used to graze anyway. And then in the back end, you got cattle way in the back end, and it's a hill that goes down from the back. A lot of land that they go down there and graze, huh?
It's already set to graze.
Yeah, it's fenced off, it's grazed off. You got so many things. We got 2 ponds on the land. 2 ponds on the land. You got all this area where they was grazing. When I remember when I was little, they was great, man. You had cattle up here, you got cattle up there. They all had them little owls or little tags they had. Grandma had the tag. You know what I mean? My grandma had them tagged. And what happened was my great grandpapa Dorothea, who my mama named me after, she said, I was born when he died. I was, being formed in the womb and came out. She named me after him. When he died, he left it to my great grandmama. And my great grandmama made it to where it couldn't be sold, but it could only be passed down from generation to generation. That's how she fixed it. That's how she wanted it to be. That's how she wanted it to be done, where it couldn't be sold. That's why we still got it. Otherwise, it probably would have been sold. But the older ones kept it and kept it going, but they ain't doing nothing with it. So I'm like, okay, since y'all laying it dormant and I'm carrying Papa's name, I'm gonna go over there and do it. It's my job. That's what I feel. It's my job. I was named after him. He gave it to us. I'm finna do it. I'm the progenitor. I carry the name on anyway. You see what I'm saying? Not only me, but me, because I carry the name. Huh?
Like, it's gonna work. I feel like everything happened for a reason. Cause look, I called the elder about something totally different. I called him to
and they came out.
I called him to ask him about survival training and tactical training for brothers. And we talked about that for all of 3 minutes. And the rest of it was him going into about all the stuff they got going on. And, by the end of it, he just helping us to that whole thing. And it's like, man, we need to be doing it. Because he talked about, listen, we just get the place, take care of everything, let the Most High work, man.
Yeah.
Let the fools get out there and reproduce and just, get their smash on during the seasons. And man,
you think we need to get some chickens too?
Huh?
You think we need to get chickens too? No.
Man, I don't think nothing is out of the ordinary. Whatever to get the money.
Right.
Trees down. We need to save the trees for lumber. Yeah. Like, there shouldn't be nothing out of it. We ought to take everything, like bale hay, be farm hands. Like, I'm with all that. I know I be dressing
they need to do that.
I look like I won't get out there. Man, I get out there, man.
They used to do it. Man, look, we had a barn. I took Tanika out there. We went out there. I showed her the land. She, people talk and say what they got and all this other stuff. I took her out there. I said, this is it. I scared her. She got scared because we got stuck. I was trying to drive through the thing. Because usually when we used to go out there for family function, ride the gator. That's like a little go-kart type thing. Go-karts, 4-wheelers go through all the land and everything. So I took the truck down there and got stuck because it was wet. And Tanika was scared, we crying. And Lord, I wasn't even thinking that I could change it to the 4-wheel drive and get up out of there. So I'm trying to get up out of there in the regular 2-wheel drive, and it's not going nowhere. And it seems like it's sinking even more. I'm like, dang. So I'm trying to go find something to put something under the tire to try to get it where it got some traction so it can pull back. And then I looked, I was like, oh, let's say 4-wheel drive. Boom, put that in 4-wheel, back up and did this thing. And I took her to the area, took her to some areas on the dirt road, and she got scared. And I was trying to have her overcome that fear. She got scared to the point she started crying because it brought back a traumatic experience from her, because she wasn't comfortable with the country and going in the back roads. It seemed scary and all that other stuff. And she had all kind of thoughts going through her mind and stuff that she went through when she was young. And I was like, man, I'm not for to do that. I'm doing this so you can overcome it. Let you know this is country. This ain't nothing gonna hurt. Ain't gonna be no drop off. So none of that. We went to a little place where we went to a back land because it was a little flood back there, and it looked like it looked like it was pretty deep. So I had to back up and do it, but she got up out of there. So we took pictures and things of that stuff, man, and it's still there. That barn. The house, it used to be a house, but the house was condemned, so that house is bulldozed. They done went and paid and got it bulldozed down, knocked that house down. So now that's laying right there. The well, we had a well. That well is the bricks that fell out in the well or whatever. That can be rebuilt or whatever. And like I say, they used to keep rows of hay on the little lands. Not only that, but then in the barn, they had stacks of hay. When I was young, we used to go back there, man. We used to have fun in the country because it was boring. So you got to try to figure out things to do. Yeah. So we go into the barn and we go to the top of the little, because it was like a stage. You go to the top, jump off from that hay to the bottom hay. Doing all kind of little stupid stuff, just having a little fun, man. But that's what it is, man. I'm grateful and thankful. You asked me earlier if I wanted to get on the call. I was like, nah, because I'm doing something else. But you got the information that we need. That's good, bro. I'm all for it, man. So now it's coming together, bro, and I'm ready, man. Because like I said, I'm tired of talking. Man. I know what to do now. Because y'all done gave you the information on what to do. It's time to move. Right. That's all it is. We was already talking about, and then this is what's funny. We was already talking about moving to Oklahoma anyway. So we might as well. We move to Oklahoma, do that. We can still do Tulsa. It's like 45 minutes. The place where I'm at, where the country is probably like an hour, probably like 45 minutes or 55 minutes away from Tulsa. So it's nothing. We can still go to Tulsa, have a little place there, and still go to the country and still do what needs to be done. You see what I'm saying? My cousin always like, man, I got, we got this doing, man, there's so much stuff going on, man. It's just, man, it's all good, bro. I'm ready. I'm already knowing. I'm thanking the Most High Yah for it. So yeah, we're gonna chop it up. Y'all willing after Shabbat, bro? I'm gonna call you. We're gonna call on 3-way once we get to go, bro. It's on the popping,
man. All praises, man. I'm feel good about this thing. This kind of feel like Hebron a little bit.
Oh yeah. You got to have other ones.
Might be on to something.
Oh yeah. So, man, I'm telling you, I had a dream about that a long time ago. Now I ain't saying that all dreams are, messages from the Most High Yah, because most dreams come by much activity. But I did have a dream about tents being on that land for a while. You know what I mean? And then I had another dream that it was like now this is weird. I don't know what this got to do with anything. Now this is what I just think was just a regular old dream, but it was like it was a crab, but it was like a USA crab. And it was like an airplane, but the way it hovered, it didn't like a regular old plane, and the way that it turned wasn't like a regular old plane, and it just took off real fast. Oh, it spooked me in my dream, like, made me jump, and I woke up. I think I woke up after that. But I seen the people on that tent, man, in them tents, man, it was filled up. And one day, I remember one time, Nick was like, man, we should have tabernacles over there one time. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody's going to travel all the way to Oklahoma for tabernacle. You know what I mean? Yeah. So did it's there, bro. That's a lot of land, man. You're gonna see it. You gonna see it.
I need you to get on. We've been for the past 2 days, we've been chopping it up with the elder, man. I think he done kind of took a liking to chopping it up with us, man. So need to see about getting you a Facebook, man. This thing is ridiculous, man.
Man, I don't need no Facebook. I don't want no Facebook. I don't need no Facebook. We got this right here.
Now I'm saying like we chop it up in the men's thing on Facebook.
I can do. I guess I'll just go through babies, man. I ain't got to go. I don't need no Facebook. I don't do all that social media stuff. I'm right here. Y'all see me? I tell my face. I don't want to do all that Facebook, man. I did all that one time, man. They kicked me out, and I couldn't even get back in, so I ain't trying to do all that. I ain't even got to be seen, bro. I ain't got to be heard. Just questions. If I need any questions answered, I just ask a question. I can just give me on a call. We can three-way it. We can call. We can conference call and do this thing, bro. I ain't got to be seen. Just give me the knowledge. Well inform me on what I need to do and watch me do it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a plan. You say you tired of talking about it, you ready to get it?
That's right.
Oh,
So be it. Oh yeah.
So be it. Let's close this thing out, man. You wanna close out in the prayer? We 2 hours, 30 minutes in this thing.
Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam b'Hashem Yahushua HaMashiach Yahweh. We thank you, Tudah Rabbah Yahweh, for the gathering, for coming together, Yahweh, on the Shabbat. We thank you, Abba Yahweh, for your word. We thank you for giving us a ruach of power, love, and a sound mind, and not of fear. Abba Yahweh, we've seen that these things are about to come to fruition, things that you have said, and we walk in them. You are a provider. We know that everything is provided. Let us move forward in it, God. May you also add unto us all those brothers, sisters, families that's willing to do all that you say wholeheartedly, Abba, that we may be one and move together as a nation and do those things that you have said for us to do, Yahweh, as pieces of the puzzle individuals and as a whole unit, Yahweh, doing all that you say wholeheartedly, not slacking, but doing everything that you say according to your will. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, Father Yahweh. In Yahushua Mashiach's name we pray. We thank you, Yahweh. Hallelujah. So be it.
Hallelujah. So be it. Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
Thank everybody for tuning in to Mark67 podcast. I know I had kind of planned to go a different route, but all things work out to the honor and esteem of the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
We did speak on fear, and part of overcoming fear, one of our greatest fears is coming out from under the thumb of this heathen. We be wanting it, but we don't be, putting down steps to actually do it. So, we spoke to that. Not only did we speak to it, we came with ideas about how to do it, and we're gonna move towards that thing. So hopefully, the next podcast or a podcast or two from this, we can talk about how we did this thing and how we got other events going. So it's just history in the making. Most High willing. So all praises to the Most High Yah for that, and I pray the brethren be moved and uplifted to do likewise or to do even more and even greater, man. Because many of us have resources that we don't even think to use. And we just pray that a podcast like this, that we put brothers and sisters in the mind of doing something different, thinking something different, So all praise to the Most High. We thank him, we love him, and we say 12 tribes.
One nation.
One nation.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.